Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Paper Tiger. So I was sitting here and I was planning on, writing my personal statement for grad school. And I had found this program a couple months ago called the Psychology of the Arts in Neuroaesthetics. And I looked into it and it was the first grad school program. I was like, okay, I could jump into this right now. I could do this. This feels interesting. And so I worked on a personal statement. I had one finished. I didn't really like it. I started to rewrite it, was kind of struggling with it. And then tonight, began to rewrite it again, got halfway through. I think it's 2 pages. I probably finished 2 paragraphs, 3, almost a page, 3/4 of a page. And I'm writing it and I'm like, I don't even know if what I'm saying is the point of this course. And so I go and I look at the courses that are included in the master's. And the first one is creativity. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to study that. Sick. And then after that was neuroaesthetics. And I was like, okay, cool. I find that interesting. If you don't know what that means, it's just how the brain interprets images and art and why we think, why I think that painting of Michael Jordan is cool, or why I took those pictures. Just stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I find that cool too. And then the rest of it felt very I was just kind of meh. What was one of them? One of them was understanding consumer culture, and it felt very advertising heavy. I don't remember all of the course names, but it was very much geared towards John Dapper. What the hell is his name from Mad Men? It's not John Dapper. Whatever the guy's name is in Mad Men. It felt very that core, designing things to kind of exploit people. And I was like, this is not what I want. I actually don't want this. And so I just quit writing it halfway through. There's another program at the University of Groningen, I think that's how you say it, which is in the Netherlands. I've never been to the Netherlands. I've especially never been to Groningen. It's in the middle of nowhere, as far as I've seen on the internet. Apparently a great place. Apparently the bars are open 24 hours. It's really they get a great music scene as far as Dutch music goes. There's windmills and sunflowers and all the other Dutch things. I don't know, it seems cool. So I was like, well, this is cool. I would like to go there. And that program was also on my list of schools that I wanted to apply to. And so I went and cross-referenced that program with the Goldsmiths one, and I was like, okay, this one, there's not a single course on here that I disagree with, or that I'm kind of meh on. And that one is creativity and talent development. That is the master's program for that. So I was like, sick, awesome, I'll just apply to this one then. And then I kept reading through it, and the deadline for the application is March 3rd, I think, or 4th. It might be even later. It might be March 18th or something. I don't know. I don't know why 18 is stuck in my head. But I saw it, and I was like, okay, well, then I don't need to do this right now. And so I decided that I was just going to take a month and not think about that stuff. Because February 29th, which I don't even know if that's a day. It might be, oh wait, no, it doesn't matter. There's a maximum 28 days, right? I don't know, but this doesn't need to be figured out right now. Whatever, a month from today, I will go back to thinking about this. But right now, I was kind of this doesn't serve me. I was I feel a more valuable skill for me right now is to learn to be more self-disciplined and want to work for myself more than someone else. Because I feel when I'm looking at these, I'm looking at it as a safety blanket. I'm looking at it as okay, I am seeing this opportunity where people are going to teach me things and I'm going to learn, and that's great. I love being taught things. I love learning. But I feel I need to learn how to work for myself and get that entrepreneurial mindset, which is not taught in those. And I don't necessarily think that can be taught. I think that's just, you just have to care about something that much, and you have to put yourself in a position where you are, sacrificing something. And so you either fail or you work on it. And I was like, okay, well, I need to put myself in that situation. Like, I can't keep putting myself, with a safety blanket. And respectfully, that's a $20,000 safety blanket. That's a lot of money. I suck at managing my money. So that's another reason to be like, I don't know if it's the right time for that. And so I've decided for the next 30 days to go all in on Paper Tiger as much as I possibly can. Now, what does that mean? Besides daily uploads, I don't really know. I'm in the process of figuring it out. But this, again, was a very impromptu video. And I was just like, I feel like this needs to be said and put out there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to design a coaching program for myself for the next 30 days. I'm going to try and do stuff pedagogically, which I definitely butchered that, but essentially just like through a learning process. I'm going to have everything be really disciplined. I'm going to focus on like 3 or 4 different categories. So like one of it will be like audience growing and networking and like videos and all of that. The second part will be coaching technique and individual assessment and like research into how to coach people. And then I think the other thing was like mental skills, so like stuff for quick videos like mindfulness, getting into a flow state, keeping a flow state. And then the rest is just going to be on fostering my own creativity. So making my own art, which I don't really consider myself an artist. I have done art before, so I guess that makes me an artist. But I was kind of like, well, I have the background in it. It may not be what I want to do for the rest of my life, but maybe I should, use my own techniques on myself to learn how to do it. And I feel like that's like the first thing they tell you not to do in school. Like, I feel like if you're going to school to be a psychologist or, I guess you can't really be a football coach on yourself, but like strength and conditioning. But right now, the means of research that I have is myself and maybe a few other people that would be willing to participate. But right now, it's going to be myself. So, yeah, 30-day challenge starts today. I got this little book that my girlfriend got me called Wicked Art Assignments, actually. The hyphen on the cover goes kind of crazy. I'm going to use that for the art exercises because there's a lot of good ones in there. And I'm just going to try this out for 30 days and we'll see what happens. Because, again, I feel like teaching myself to work for myself and putting all my eggs in this basket right now is more valuable than, focusing and worrying about a safety net that is going to put me in debt. And I will have to quit the job that I currently have that is keeping me really financially stable for the first time ever. And it feels really stupid to leave that. So that's what I got right now. Obviously, I miss social aspects of school. I miss the learning aspect of school. But I guess I'll just have to do it myself. Figure out my own way to, create that atmosphere again. So that's the goal. So 30 days. Be back tomorrow, most definitely. Adios.